So what makes a 50-year-old Muslim migrant settled for decades outside of India, married to a white European woman, raising Australian children, pick up a gun and kill random strangers in the name of jihad? What drove 50-year-old Sajid Akram and his 24-year-old son Naveed Akram to kill innocent Jews who were out celebrating Hanukkah at the famous Bondi beach in Sydney? The uncomfortable truth is that radicalization is not driven by geography, neither by prosperity nor family status, but simply by a lack of identity and a twisted ideology. Sajid was a man who left Hyderabad in 1998 and he barely returned home in the last 27 years. He came back only 6 times in the last 3 decades. He did not even return for his father's funeral a few years ago. His family traces its roots to Toli Chowki in Hyderabad, which is a very popular neighborhood. His parental home is empty now. Jihadist ideology feeds on such psychological vacuum. It offers a distorted but ideological clarity when life feels empty and when personal failures quietly accumulate. This is not about poverty or marginalization and those who are poor or marginalized taking up the gun. It is about perceived insignificance and killing people in the name of a twisted and brainwashed ideology. His severed family ties, even missing his father's funeral, all of this points towards emotional detachment. Extremism fills that vacuum. It fills it with a substitute called religious grievance and the path of finding meaning through violence. The targeting of Jews reflects how global jihad imports distant conflicts into local lives and it turns personal grievances into some kind of civilizational war between Muslims and others. Sajid and Naveed never have even visited Gaza once, but were willing to kill people in the name of what's going on in Gaza. The involvement of an Australia-born child, which is Naveed, suggests that a certain slow radicalization is happening inside the home, not outside of it. This is an uncomfortable reality, one that needs to be confronted before the world is hit with the next Sajid and the next Naveed.
Australia's Prime Minister has now confirmed what investigators had been examining for days. The Bondi beach attack was driven by Islamic State ideology. That is the assessment from Australian authorities based on evidence found at the scene, travel records and past intelligence checks.
It would appear that there is evidence that this was inspired by a terrorist organisation, by ISIS. Now, some of the evidence which is being procured, including the presence of Islamic State flags in the vehicle that has been seized, are a part of that. Radical perversion of Islam is absolutely a problem. It is something that has been identified globally as a problem as well. ISIS is created by an evil ideology that has been called out not just by the Australian government but globally as well.
After the shooting, police searched a car parked near Bondi Beach. The vehicle was registered to Naveed Akram, the younger of the 2 attackers. Officers found improvised explosive devices. They also found 2 homemade Islamic State flags. Police say this discovery was a key piece of evidence. It showed clear alignment with the Islamic State group. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese told Australia's national broadcaster that the attack was driven by extremist beliefs. He said the evidence points to Islamic State ideology. Albanese stressed that this was about a terrorist group, not a religion. Federal police also echoed the view. They said the attackers had aligned themselves with a terrorist organisation. The attackers were a father and son. Sajid Akram was 50 years old. He was shot and killed by police at the scene. His son Naveed Akram is 24 years old. He was shot during the attack and remains in hospital under police guard. Police say there is no evidence of any other attackers being involved. Authorities confirmed that Naveed Akram had come to the attention of Australia's intelligence agency in 2019. He was investigated for 6 months. During that time, officers interviewed him, his family and people around him. The assessment then was clear. There was no sign of an immediate threat. Monitoring ended after the investigation closed. Officials now say they are looking into whether he became further radicalized after that period. One major focus of the investigation is a recent overseas trip. Police confirmed that both men travelled to the Philippines in November. They entered on the 1st of November and left on the 28th of November. Philippine immigration officials say the father entered on an Indian passport and the son entered as an Australian national. Both listed Davao as their final destination. Davao is in the southern Philippines, a region that has seen extremist activity in the past. Australian police say they are still investigating why the trip took place and what the men did while they were there. Security sources told ABC that the pair may have undergone military-style training. Police have not confirmed that claim, but say the trip is under close scrutiny. On the day of the shooting, Naveed told his mother that he was going on a fishing trip. Police now believe that was not true. Investigators say the father and son were staying in a rental apartment in Sydney. They are believed to have planned the attack there. That evening, they arrived at Bondi Beach carrying long-barrel guns. The shooting lasted around 10 minutes. Police confirmed Sajid Akram legally owned 6 firearms. Investigators later clarified that his license was issued in 2023. An early application had lapsed years before. Authorities are now reviewing how gun licenses are assessed. National and state leaders say gun laws will be tightened in Australia. The attack targeted a Hanukkah celebration. Families had gathered to mark a Jewish festival by the sea. 15 people were killed. They included a 10-year-old girl, a Holocaust survivor, and rabbis from the local community. More than 40 others were injured. Police have classified the shooting as an anti-Semitic terrorist attack. One man intervened during the chaos. Ahmed Al-Ahmed ran towards one of the gunmen and disarmed him. He was shot multiple times. Prime Minister Albanese visited him in hospital and praised his courage. Ahmed is expected to receive a National Bravery Award. Donations for his medical care have crossed 1.9 million Australian dollars. Investigators are now piecing together several threads: the Islamic State flags, the explosives, the past intelligence probe, the overseas trip. Authorities say they are examining whether these signals should have been connected earlier. Police stress the investigation is ongoing. What is now clear is the Bondi Beach attack was not random. Authorities say it was driven by extremist ideology, and Australia is now confronting how that threat went unnoticed until it turned deadly.